So, I got a new puppy. I made a video before on Keiko Vlogs about Dexter, about that week, about how he came about. He's actually behind me. I don't think you can see him, but he's chewing on one of his toys. And I don't want to exactly re-explain the story again. That's on a different video. But I want to explain what getting him, taking care of him, has meant for me. You can hear him drinking in the background. So, all my life, I've wanted a dog. And I vowed to myself that whenever I got a dog, it would be a guy, a male dog, and his name would be Dexter. That started all the way back in Minecraft. I was playing with my friends, and they had dogs in Minecraft, and I was like, this is my dog. His name is Dexter. He has a red collar. He's the first one. And red collar, because that's all you could have in Minecraft. Dexter has a blue collar, but it's close enough. So, that was my vow from the beginning. And I thought for years, I was like, why can I not get a dog? I made deals with my parents, and then I didn't hit the goals. And I was like, why can't I hit these goals to get the dog? And I would pray and pray and pray. And I thought, this is the one prayer that isn't going to be answered. And I should have known better, because every prayer is answered in one form or another. If God really knows that you need it, He will give it to you. You pray for something that is absolutely important to you. He's not going to ignore that. So for years and years, I was like, why is He ignoring me? Why can't I have Dexter? And I realize now that I couldn't have Dexter because he wasn't born yet. You know, like, if I would have got a dog 2 years ago, when I made the deal that I had to lose a certain amount of weight in order to get a dog, if I would have got that and completed it, I would have never had Dexter. I would have had a completely different dog. Dexter wasn't born until April of this year. He is like 4 months now. So literally, he would have never been a possibility or reality, because God doesn't make mistakes. I went into the pet store to get Dexter, and when I saw him online, before I even went in there, I was like, this is my dog. When I went in there and met him, I was like, this is my dog. My family members were like, maybe we should look at the other dogs too, just to get an option. The person selling us the dogs was like, if you guys want to look, you can. There are smaller dogs, things like that. It's like, no, this is Dexter. I want him. I want him. And I brought him home. He's in my room now. The kennel's here. Everything is exactly like it was supposed to be. And God answered my prayers. And it's not always going to happen right when you want it. It's going to happen when you need it. Like, I would have never had the perfect dog for me if I would have got everything when I wanted to get it. And that's crazy. I was 1 pound away from reaching my goal where I would have got a dog literally the next day. I am so glad that that failed. You guys can see me in another video basically like crying over the fact that I didn't make the goal, saying, why couldn't I do this? Why can't I get a dog? I know why. Like, it's, everything happens for a reason. And that's what I got out of that. You know, just getting Dexter at the time I got him was not only significant because he was just born, you know, like waiting for him to get here, to be here for me, but also because of what was going on in the time of my life. I remember telling my friends, like, this is the worst summer ever. I hate it. I'm not having fun. I have to go to bed at a certain time. This is happening. This is happening. And it was depressing. I was in a slump the entire summer. I didn't have softball, so I wasn't getting out of the house. I went like 3 weeks straight where I didn't even go outside. Like, it wasn't good, guys. I wasn't taking care of myself. And then this happened. You know, like, I got Dexter. I instantly, like, cleaned my room and was researching the dogs again, bringing out my old papers on the type of dog that was hyperallergenic, good for my family. And everything just came back. You know, I was no longer sad every day. I got Dexter, and I had something to be happy about that was right in front of me that I could see that I could take care of. Even when I got frustrated, he was there. I no longer, if I got so sad that I was crying, I no longer had to go to a stuffed animal. I could go to a real dog. A dog that's perfect for me. Like, that's Dexter, you know? He's over there and he's just playing with his little rope, and it's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And that brings me joy. The first day I got Dexter, that night, he was in his kennel. I didn't know anything about it, so he was literally just sleeping on the plastic. We didn't get him any covers that night. And they always said to take him out every 2 hours, right? But I tried to get as much sleep in as I could. And this is the first part of little selfishness that I had to learn a little bit. I wake up in the middle of the night at like 4 a.m. to the worst smell in my life, okay? And I look over, I turn on the light, and Dexter's crying, like just whining over and over. And there are like 3 big piles of poop in the kennel and pee everywhere. And he's just huddled back, and I'm like, what is happening? So I open up the kennel door, he comes out, and he has poop on his paws, he gets poop all on my floor. And I clean that up. My brother is there and he's helping me. He takes Dexter out so that I could clean up his kennel. And I'm cleaning up the poop and the pee, and I'm thinking to myself, why did I do this? I haven't told anyone this. That night, I regretted it. I was like, maybe I'm not ready to have a dog. Maybe this isn't the right time. Maybe I am not going to be a good dog owner. Maybe we should take him back. Like, I didn't think maybe we should take him back, but I thought that I wasn't going to be good enough for him. So, I'm cleaning it up, and then I have to give him a bath. I've never washed a dog before. I've watched videos of people washing dogs, but let me tell you, it's much harder than I ever thought it would be. So I take him in the bathtub to clean him off because he has poop everywhere and pee. I take him into the bathtub and I start trying to wash him, but he hates it. Like, Labradoodles are supposed to be water dogs, and he just doesn't like the water. He hates the rain. He didn't like the bathtub, so there's sprinklers. And when I put him in there, he jumped on my back and like leaped out. And he shook, right? And got the water and soap everywhere. Like on the floors, on the walls. And I was like, what am I doing? This is all my fault. Why was I happy about this when I know that I have never had a dog or a pet other than a fish? So like, this is a whole nother experience. And then the next day came around, and the next night, and he didn't poop or pee. He slept completely through the night. And ever since that day, he's never pooped or peed in my room or in his kennel. He's had a few peeing accidents downstairs, but actually for like 2 weeks straight now, or like a week and a half, he hasn't had an accident at all inside the house. He's getting better with it. We have a bell where he rings it to go outside and things like that. But the moral of the story is that I had never had a dog. I didn't know exactly what it took, and I thought that I wouldn't be what he needed me to be in order to be a good dog owner. But that's the thing, God's got me. He knew that frightened me the first night when I realized that I needed to put his needs above mine, right? Because I know how to take care of myself to a certain extent. He doesn't. He's a baby. He's like 4 months. So God was showing me that, hey, you did need to wake up in the middle of the night, exactly like they said, every 2 hours. But you didn't. So we're going to change this around a little bit. You saw the repercussions of putting yourself first. So now, here are the results when you don't put yourself first. Here are the results when you take him out every 2 hours. Here are the results when you wake up at 6 a.m. to take him out to the bathroom, to feed him, to walk him. Here are the results. And the results have been amazing. He's been growing. He's been great. Let's talk about his first walk. When I took him on his first walk, I believe it was maybe, it was back, okay, so I didn't take him on his first walk. My brother took him on his first walk when I was gone in Surf City. I took him on like his second or third walk whenever I got back. So maybe like a month and a couple weeks ago, I took him on his first walk. That sounds too far away. Maybe like a month ago, okay? A month ago, I took him on his first walk with me. And I remember I used to try to go with my friends whenever they walked their dogs. And I was terrified with my friends to hold a leash. I didn't know how to walk a dog. It was uncomfortable. I was scared that I would get the dog hurt. But with Dexter, I put on his harness, I put on his leash, and I walked. I didn't think about it. And it's hitting me now that I literally didn't think about it. I know that if I would have thought that I wasn't good enough to take him on a walk, that I could get him hurt, that whole encounter would have gone a different way. But again, God was there for me. He made me forget about my worries, and he let me do the thing that I wanted to do. I have a lot of fears in life, and getting Dexter has taught me that confidence is key. That when you have a bigger picture in mind, a greater goal, you have to have the confidence to back up that goal. And I've seen that now. Like, I have to be confident enough to pick him up and bring him downstairs when he can't go himself. I need to be confident enough to state my goals, write them down, and get them done. And if you guys don't know, that is exactly what I did before I got Dexter. I wrote down all of my goals that I want and wanted. And slowly but surely, they're coming true. I'm gaining the confidence to make them come true. And I'm believing more in my faith more and more as I see these things come true. Believing that God has my back. And that all of these prayers will be answered eventually because I wrote it down, I prayed about it. And I'm confident enough to try to get them done. And that doesn't mean that all the goals are going to happen right away. Dexter took years for me to ever get. It's not going to happen in a day. But it's going to happen. Because God answers all of your prayers. And the point of me sharing this is to give a little update about where I am in my life. Like I said before Dexter, I was in a horrible place. Like, horrible places, and I wasn't happy. Like, at all. I would wake up every single day, do the same exact thing, not go outside, play on Xbox. I mean, I'd have fun with my friends, right? But as soon as I got off, something would happen, and I'd have, like, a whole mental breakdown and just, like, cry, right? Things would happen where I wasn't happy, and I had not just a mental breakdown, but a breakdown. And they say that dogs can help you, save you, keep you company. Let me tell you, that's all true. He makes me go outside every single day and walk around our neighborhood. He makes me get exercise and play with him outside. He makes me have joy. I am at a completely different place because of him. That's the amazing part. And it's not just Dexter, right? It's Dexter, but it's God. God gave me Dexter in order to make me happy. In order to change how my life was going. When I got him, I had to leave, I think like 2 or 3 weeks after we got him. I had to go to Surf City for a week, and I had to leave him. And I was so worried that he was going to forget me. Because, like I said, we had just got him. You know, he doesn't fully know me yet, and I'm about to leave for a whole week. But when I was there, I thought about Dexter every day. But I went to Surf City still because I wanted to connect with God even more. He just gave me the biggest gift of my life, the greatest gift. And the least that I could do is spend a week with him. You know, like, spend a week with him and pray and be completely in my faith. And that's what Surf City is for me. That's what Dexter is for me. And everything completely changed. From the beginning of the summer to the end, everything's different. And the school year will be different, and the rest of my life will be completely different than the beginning. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for listening to me. You want to see Dex? Let's see Dexter. Dexter! Hey, buddy! You biting on your chew toy? You helped me out so much, bud. Hey! And guys, this is Dexter. This is my joy. And, well, Dexter, say hi, buddy. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you later.